China has shown impressive growth in research, making significant strides in various scientific fields. They have made noteworthy advancements in areas such as technology, medicine, and space exploration. However, along with these positive developments, there have been some stories about potentially dangerous discoveries. One of those stories is about a Chinese alchemist who tried to find a potion for living forever but ended up creating a powerful destroyer instead. First of all, welcome to our channel, The Research Mind, where we share innovations, breakthroughs, and blunders of science and tech in every video. Now, let's get back to today's story, which is about a Chinese alchemist and his accidental discovery. Once upon a time, in ancient China, there was a kind and curious alchemist named Sun Zi. He spent his days experimenting with various substances, trying to find the elixir of immortality. Little did he know that his quest for eternal life would lead to the accidental discovery of one of the most influential and destructive inventions in history. In the 9th century, during the Tang dynasty, Sun Zi was on a mission to create a potion that would grant immortality. In his experiments, he mixed together a combination of sulfur, charcoal, and saltpeter, potassium nitrate. To his surprise, instead of achieving everlasting life, his mixture produced a powerful explosion. Imagine Sun Zi's amazement when he witnessed smoke and flames erupting from his concoction. The accidental explosion marked the birth of gunpowder, a discovery that would change the course of history. At first, the Chinese alchemists didn't fully grasp the potential of their accidental invention. However, they soon recognized the explosive power of gunpowder and began to explore its military applications. They developed the earliest forms of gunpowder weapons, including simple flamethrowers and primitive grenades. Over time, knowledge of gunpowder spread across Asia and the Middle East through trade routes and cultural exchanges. The secret of gunpowder eventually reached Europe, where it played a crucial role in shaping the history of warfare. Gunpowder became a key ingredient in the creation of various weapons, such as cannons and firearms. These new weapons revolutionized warfare, leading to significant changes in tactics and strategies. Battles were no longer fought solely with swords and bows but with the powerful force of gunpowder-driven weapons. The accidental discovery of gunpowder also had a profound impact beyond the battlefield. It played a crucial role in the development of fireworks, turning celebrations into dazzling displays of light and color. Fireworks became a symbol of joy and festivity, bringing people together to commemorate special occasions. In conclusion, the accidental discovery of gunpowder by the curious alchemist Sun Zi changed the course of history. What began as a quest for immortality led to the creation of a powerful and influential invention that shaped the way wars were fought and celebrations were marked. The story of gunpowder reminds us that sometimes, the most remarkable discoveries happen when we least expect them. Ancient Chinese scientists didn't just make harmful things like gunpowder. They also came up with breakthroughs like the silk, compass, seismograph, and kites. Chinese and silk discovery. Long ago, people from different places, like the Mongolians, Byzantines, Greeks, and Romans, were not happy because China had new and powerful weapons like gunpowder. But there was something else that helped them become friends: silk. Silk was a special and beautiful fabric that everyone wanted. People loved it so much that it created a connection between China and other parts of the world through trading. This led to the creation of the Silk Road, where goods were traded between China, the Mediterranean, Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. The process of making silk from silkworms started more than 5,000 years ago. In 2019, Chinese archaeologists found evidence of silk fabric in a place called Yangshao Ruins in central China. The Chinese kept the secret of making silk very safe, but they lost control of it when monks from Europe got silkworm eggs and took them back to the West. Chinese and compass discovery. Imagine a world without the compass. We would be like explorers in the woods who don't know which way to go. Thanks to the Chinese, those of us who hike or fly in planes can find our way home safely. The Chinese first made compasses to point to the true south because they considered south as their main direction, not north. The earliest compasses were created in the 4th century BCE and were made of lodestone. Lodestone is a special kind of rock that becomes strongly magnetized when it gets hit by lightning. It's like magic. This rock is attracted to both the north and south poles, making it useful for figuring out directions. We're not exactly sure who first had the smart idea to use lodestone for this, but we know from old objects that the Chinese made tools to help them find the right direction. They even had ladles that would point the way to inner harmony for ancient Chinese fortune tellers. Chinese and seismograph discovery. Long ago in China, before people had a way to measure earthquakes like we do today, they invented something amazing called a seismograph. This happened during the Han Dynasty in the early 2nd century. An astronomer named Zhang Heng created a special seismograph that was not only functional but also beautiful. Imagine a heavy bronze container with 9 dragons on the outside, all facing downward. These dragons were evenly spaced on the vessel, and beneath each dragon, there was a frog with its mouth open. Inside this vessel, there was a pendulum hanging still until there was an earthquake. When the ground shook, the pendulum would swing, setting the internal levers of the seismograph in motion. This movement would then release a ball held in the mouth of the dragon that faced the direction of the earthquake center. The ball would fall into the open mouth of the frog right below it. It was a clever way for ancient Chinese people to detect and understand earthquakes. Chinese and kite discovery. A long time ago, in the 4th century BCE, there were 2 smart people in China named Liu Ban and Mozi. Liu Ban was good at making things, and Mozi was a thinker. They made kites that looked like birds, and when the wind blew, these kites would go up and down. People really liked this new idea. As time passed, the Chinese made changes and improvements to the kites. They found different ways to use them, not just for fun. One clever use was for fishing without a boat. They attached a line and hook to the kite, letting it drop into places they couldn't reach otherwise. Kites became useful in wars too. They turned them into unmanned drones, carrying gunpowder to attack enemy forts. In 1232, the Chinese even used kites to drop papers with messages over a camp where Mongolian prisoners were held. The messages encouraged the Chinese prisoners to rebel against their captors. This love for flying and the kite's technology led to another invention in China, the hang glider. At last, we can say that Chinese ideas and creations were mostly good for everyone, except for a few things like gunpowder. That's all for today, but stay connected with The Research Mind channel for updates on strange science experiments and technology. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.